If you're wondering how the MomMed S21 works, then stick around because in this video I am going to show you all the different components that make up the MomMed, as well as how to assemble and set it up. And if you like this video, please make sure to hit that like button. And if you want more how-to videos, product reviews, and my tips and tricks, then make sure you hit that subscribe. All right, so let's dive in and take a look at the different components that make up the MomMed S21. So one of the things I really love about the S21 is that there is only 5 parts to this. That makes this incredibly easy to maintain and clean. So to start with, you have your pump motor. Now this is the brain and operation center of your pump. This is what drives the suction. You have your collection cup where all the milk will collect into. You have a silicone diaphragm, your duckbill valve, and your flange, also sometimes referred to as a breast shield. One thing to start with is this is a standard 27 millimeter. Now that is on the larger side, so most people will probably need a smaller flange. You can determine what flange size you will need with this awesome MomMed nipple ruler. It tells you how to measure and then also gives you the different sizing available. I highly recommend that you do this before you even attempt to start pumping. Having the wrong flange size can be incredibly painful and cause damage to your nipple. The good news is they do include a smaller 24 millimeter in your pump pack. I will show you later on in this video how to use your flange insert. Okay, so let's start by assembling our MomMed pump. First step is your duckbill valve, and you're going to want to insert it into the little hole here at the bottom. Now it just pushes in. You are going to want to make sure that it lines up flat side with your opening. Next is your silicone diaphragm that simply just pushes in. You are going to just want to make sure it's got a nice tight fit and pushed all the way down to the bottom. Next, you're going to want to attach your flange. Now, align the wording and the opening at the top with the opening at the top of your collection cup. Now, this is a pouring spout, so once you have finished, you can pour your milk out. If it's this way, it's going to be blocked and things will get messy. So this simply, you align it and then push down, making sure the flange is really nice, tight and secure. If you need to make any adjustments, you can simply just slide it around. Then I like to lift the lid of the seal over and then push that firmly around. Again, you need to make sure that you have a nice secure fit. This will help with your suction and milk efficiency. So run the fingers over it right at the end. Make sure that flange is pushed in as far as it will go. And then the last step is to attach your pump motor. That simply pushes in where the diaphragm is and make sure it's got a nice snug fit. Once you have assembled your pump, you are going to want to place it on your breast. Now, for those that are first-time pumpers, you are going to want to line up the flange with your nipple and centrally pop that in an upright position. So if you're looking down, it will look something like that on your breast. Now, we will have a look through the different settings. Now, what I like about the MomMed is when you turn it on, it will retain your last pumping session. This can make it really quick and easy if you're coming back to pumping. There are 3 modes on the MomMed S21, and we'll start with your stimulation. Now, this is a short suction rhythm. It is to mimic your let down. You run this, and it's symbolized by the heart. You run this for 2 to 3 minutes until your milk flow has kicked in. Once your milk flow has kicked in, you simply press the power button. That will change between the different modes, and you can change to the droplets. Now, the droplets are your expression mode, and these are longer suctions that are for drawing out your milk once your flow is in. If you prefer not to be chopping and changing, the great thing about the MomMed is it comes with this automatic mode, symbolized by the A. This is simply you pop it on in auto mode and let it do its thing. It will automatically run you through your pumping session. The one thing you need to change though is your suction strength. So if you want to increase it, you can press the plus, you can decrease it, pressing the minus. Now there's actually 12 different suction levels, which is really quite a lot and gives you really good control over your suction and comfort. That said, I do recommend that you start on a 2 to 3, start really low and then build up as you feel comfortable. You don't want to start on a 12 because having the most powerful suction doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get the most milk output. It really does correlate with your comfort levels as well. So once you've found your comfortable session or suction levels, you run your pumping session for 15-20 minutes once you have filled your cup to what you need. Now, I do love with the MomMed that it does have this timer, so your suction level is on the left and on the right is your timer. This is really great for tracking your pumping session. Now, we'll turn that off and on by holding in the power button. Overall, it's a really simple, easy to use pump. One thing I said I would come back to was your flange. So if you do need to change your flange sizes, you simply grab your flange insert and push it into the flange. Now they can be a bit tricky to get in, but you want it to be a nice secure fit and not falling out. Again, it all comes down to comfort and suction. So you just push that in until you've got a nice firm fit. Once you have finished your pumping session, you remove all the, actually, let me go back a step before I miss too much. This is on your breast. You have finished your pumping session. You have turned off your pump. Now you need to remove your pump from your breast. Now you are going to want to lean forward slightly and get your fingers and slide them in between your breast and the pump to release the suction. You don't want this sitting on your nipple and pulling with your nipple. That is going to be painful and potentially cause damage. So make sure you lean forward so you don't spill milk everywhere. Pop your finger through and gently release the suction. Once you have removed the pump off your breast, you are then going to want to use the pouring spout to pour the milk into your collection container. Once your collection cup is then emptied, you can remove your pump, pull your pump apart, and then you are going to need to wash and sterilize your pump so it is ready for use for the next time. I do highly recommend that you pop your pump on charge at the same time. Simply grab your charger, pop it into the charging port that goes into your power source, and let it do its thing. Very very simple to use. There's very minimal parts. If you do have any questions, please ask in the comments and I will do my very best to answer them the best I can. Hope this helps and happy pumping.